friends. Okay, I told you that I was going to be showing you what I'm making for dinner tonight for my lovely lady friends. And so tonight, what I'm making is an enchilada skillet. It's a one-pot recipe. I've got things like put in bowls only just to make it easier so I can show you what I'm doing. Let's get started. So I'm starting off with 2 pounds of ground turkey, a couple of tablespoons of avocado oil, 2 teaspoons of cumin, teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of pepper. And I'm using my handy dandy Pampered Chef. It's called a mix and chop. And what this does, as you can see, I'm kind of pushing it in here and turning things around. This does such a fantastic job of breaking up your ground beef or your ground meats into nice crumbles. So this is happening right now. I just turned my burner on, so it's not hot yet, but I am going ahead and mixing everything in. Once this gets all browned and cooked through, I will be putting it over here into this bowl, and then I will be adding in bell pepper. I've got red and green, a diced onion, and some minced garlic. And then I'll be sauteing that for just a few minutes. So let me pause this while this gets going, and I'll be right back. So you see it's starting to cook, and we're going to keep cooking and keep mixing and chopping till all of this is completely cooked through. This is a ground turkey recipe. However, you could do the same thing with ground beef, ground chicken, your ground meat of choice. Okay, so as you can see, it's all almost completely cooked through, and there's lots of nice little crumbles. Now remember, I started off with some avocado oil, the ground turkey, some cumin, some salt, and some pepper. Now I'm going to transfer this over to a bowl, and I'm going to use the liquid that is remaining in here to soften my onions, peppers, and garlic. Then we'll come back. Let me get all this out. And just so that you know, this cooks a little slower on, I don't know if you can see this, but my center burner is not working. I will say that if you ever have an opportunity to buy a Samsung phone, they're great. Samsung kitchen appliances, not so much. Anyway, okay. So got all this out. And now I am going to put in my onions, my bell peppers, and my garlic. And these are bell peppers that were from my garden, so they were previously frozen. And so that was kind of exciting that I had bell peppers from my garden this year. And so now we're going to let these saute about 3 minutes, and then we'll be back. Okay, so this has been sauteing about 3 minutes. Now I am going to add the ground turkey back in, and I'm going to add all of these other yummy ingredients. So I've got 2 cans of black beans, and let me get a spoon here. So I've got 2 cans of black beans. They're like the 15-ounce cans. I have a large can of diced green chilies. Put that there. Get that in there. Okay, kind of start getting that all mixed in. Look how full this is. This is going to be so yummy. Okay, then I have a 1.5 cups of frozen corn. Okay, so that's sitting there, and it doesn't have to be frozen, but you don't want the sweet corn, and you don't really want canned corn. Frozen corn works better in this. And look at all these colors. Doesn't that look beautiful? And then once this is all mixed in, then I get to add in my enchilada sauce. So it calls for 2 cans or 1 large can of your red enchilada sauce. Try and get all of that yumminess out. And then we're going to get this all mixed together, and we're going to let it come to a boil. And then I'm going to cover it and let it simmer for just a little bit. Once I come back, I'm going to add in some sliced olives, some Monterey Jack cheese and some tortilla strips, corn tortilla strips, and it will be ready to go. So I'm gonna let this simmer. I'll be right back. Okay, so now you can see that this is bubbling. It's looking really good. This is my largest skillet, and I still don't have enough room, I don't think, for everything. So I'm gonna let this cook down a little bit more. Then I'm gonna add in the last with the cheese, the olives, and the tortilla strips. Okay, friends, so it's all, whoops, simmering, bubbling. It's hot. I've just turned the temperature down. I'm going to add in some olives, sliced olives. I'm going to add in about a cup of grated cheese. It's about what I had left in there. And kind of mix this around, get that kind of in there. And then I'm going to add in the tortillas. Now, this was a double recipe, just so that you know. And when I post the recipe, I will post it as a single. But I've got 8 corn tortillas here that I've cut into strips. And now I'm just going to let them get in here and soak up all of that yummy sauce. And then it will be done. Now you can serve this with fresh cilantro, sour cream. You could put fresh diced avocado. You could sprinkle some more cheese in here. There's all kinds of, whatever kind of condiment you would love to see on an enchilada is what you can put here. So what I'm doing now is turning this completely off. I'm going to cover it and wait for my guests.